diverting to Highway 1 through the Fraser Canyon.
How's the canyon?
But weather isn't much better there.
From Spuzz to the Boston Bar, it's snowing like a son of a...
You make sure you got chains on that thing?
Just a warm set, but it'll do it. Anybody hear about the truck at Boston Bar that went over?
Closed in both directions.
At just after 11 o'clock, a call comes in for a flipped B train full of lumber.
4 kilometers east of Boston Bar.
There's a semi flipped over load of lumber and it's blocking all lanes of the highway.
Yeah, missed another day for a tow truck guy.
The wreck has closed down the Trans-Canada Highway just outside the town of Boston Bar.
The weather conditions are really bad here, getting worse as we drive out.
With snow pounding down in the canyon, the heavy rescue crew must be extra cautious.
I mean, the snow's so heavy, there's like one lane in the middle of the highway here. That's the biggest issue here, is get there without dying. The different highways that we work on all have areas that people misjudge. You gotta have your wits about you when you're driving those mountain highways. That's how it is.
The wreck happened on a notoriously sharp curve.
Yeah, we're getting really close here now.
It's not the first time heavy rescue has been here.
This is at the same corner where another fellow died last season.
Last winter, a truck lost control and smashed into a power pole, killing the driver.
So this is some of his personal stuff, so we'll keep care of that for company. We'll probably send it back in a box for the company and they can deal with what they can deal with. I'll keep this for them. Things run through your mind. You wonder who the person is. You know, does the person have kids? You know, is there somebody at home waiting for him to get home? This one, a year later, basically to the day, is a little bit spooky.
The B train, hauling 2 trailers, hit ice, clipped a barrier, and flipped. This time, the driver survived, but the load is all over the highway.
Okay, here we go. So yeah, that's a lot of lumber, eh? Where does it go, all in this guy's yard? These people's yard? Wow.
My house was 20 feet from the road where the wood started coming flying off the highway.
And it flipped on its side, and there were sparks everywhere, and there was wood flying everywhere, and I ran.
The spilled cargo is blocking access to the wreck. Jamie can't do much until a front-end loader clears a path.
I don't know if they interfere with the lumber.
But with only one front-end loader available to move 45 tons of wood, it's slow going. After 20 minutes of shoveling 2x4s, they've barely made a dent. The lineup of traffic is getting worse by the minute.
Okay, come on out of there. Yeah, come on up.
This delay to the overnight freight run means millions of dollars of cargo won't be arriving on time.
Yeah, the road is completely blocked.
Feeling the pressure, Jamie figures if he can't get to the wreck, why not bring the wreck to him?
You know what we should do? I'll come over here. I'll drag it this way, and then you get on that side now. How's that? Okay. Kev, can you get the cable back? So I'm going to back up, and then I'll go over there.
Jamie decides to pull the wreck up the road so he can flip it.
I'm off the highway like right now.
But sliding a 15-ton truck on its side is a tough pull, even for the mighty rotator.
What's it look like on the other side? I'm the daddy.
They get it clear of the lumber.
Stop right there, stop right there.
But now, they have to get it on its wheels.
Throw the brake on, Kevin.
Scott and Gord arrive just in time to rig up the wreck.
It's right here, Adam. Is it?
They can't disconnect the trailers while they're on their sides, so they'll have to flip the entire rig all at once.
Yeah, I can grab the back one line in each, eh? I'll come right here, then I'll just get on the tractor.
They've traded one problem for another. The new spot is one of the narrowest sections of the highway.
If he goes over a bit... We're kind of having issues with space. We don't have enough room here to get the trucks in the right spot.
Normally, they'd put their wreckers on either end, perpendicular to the wreck, but the road is too narrow. Jamie has to position both trucks near the front. It's not the ideal angle, but it's all he's got.
I'll come right here, Jim. We can't get the trucks, backed in properly, and I'm kind of working alongside Adam. Yeah, there's a round the wheel in here. So both loops are here.
To get a better angle, Jamie fully extends the rotator's 3-stage boom arm.
Too tight, eh?
Don't pull too hard, he's just winching it out. Good. You ready?
They want the heavy cab to start flipping first and let it pull the two trailers with it. Last winter, it worked like a charm on another B-train wreck not far from here.
Let's do the back one, Adam.
But this time, they're not so lucky. The snow on the road is keeping the wheels from digging in.
I don't know why we're doing it like this. All we're doing is pulling the trailer over towards me and sliding. Why doesn't he go down? You want to pull down on that?
It'll come. You just go ahead. I'll pull after. This isn't doing so great.
It's picking and sliding. The trailer's kicking out all the time. Why we wouldn't run a line down low, maybe?
Yeah, to what though? Adam and I can, usually spot what we're doing, and we're right on the ticket. But on this one, we're kind of a little bit off our usual game here.
The tension between Jamie and Adam has been brewing for weeks.
You can only go so much. I'm only one man.
With Jamie spending more time in the office, Adams had to take on more responsibility on the highway.
If I pull my socks up anymore, I'm going to tear my feet out the end of them. They run me to my breaking point. I work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. What about me? I have a family, I have kids. Don't I deserve a couple days off? No, I'm to the point where if I don't make some kind of change, I'm not going to be any good to anybody.
2 days ago, Adam skipped town without telling Jamie.
Something just switched off in my head, and I figure, I just don't want to do this anymore.
Jamie and his top driver have barely spoken since Adam got back.
I just gonna keep my mouth shut. No comment.
A flipped B-train has Highway 1 backed up for miles.
I don't know why we're doing it like this.
Heavy Rescue is struggling to flip it back on its wheels. But on the icy road, it just keeps slipping. And Jamie's top guy is losing patience with the boss's plan.
Why doesn't he just pull down on that thing?
I'll get a chain and we'll anchor off to the back.
New driver Scott Bird gets an idea. He re-rigs the cables to a low point on Adam's truck.
Don't go to that leg, it takes all my weight off.
This one?
Yeah, I gotta go up to the top here.
By pulling down instead of sideways, the back trailer should flip first, bringing the cab with it.
Go ahead, pull the back one.
Look out, guys!
Front end's coming. Just like that.
Scott's idea pays off.
I'm just gonna pull straight ahead, okay? Get out of the way.
Minutes later, they get a single lane open.
Highway 1 is now open, boys.
It's getting nasty up there, too.
But Adam is in no mood to celebrate.
Well, let's go. Tie that chain to that hook. Kind of wanted to have a nice, relaxing night, but oh well.
Adam and I, the only issues we have, we're having a hard time to communicate with each other. They made for a bit of a rough one.
You know, I don't even care. I hook on this thing and I'm done my job and going home.
This morning, Adam has come in early after telling Jamie they need to talk.
I don't need this job. I can go to work anywhere else. I can hop in a highway truck. I can do anything I wanted to do. Here, I don't need to be here 24 hours a day. Maybe I'll just pack up and leave.
Scott wonders what's up.
Well,
What are you doing this morning?
waiting for Jamie. I called him a while ago. He said, come on over, so. Yeah.
Adam's got a young family. You can't sit down to any function without the fear of that frickin' phone going off.
So maybe I'll just quit.
Really? Why would you do that?
I don't know. I work 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, and I think that's pretty much good enough for me.
If he left, it would affect me. It would bother me. But there's a point where a person just says, hey, if he decided to do what he's got to do and he moves on, what can I do about that?
There, Bruce. You want to go outside for a minute there so we can talk?
I guess give us a couple minutes. Thanks.
No, I don't know how to even start this, to be honest with you, but I guess the last month I just felt like, it worked me to death.
Look, it's the season, buddy. We're busy. You do what you can do, and that's how it is every year, and it's the same every year.
I understand that, but I got to listen to what you say, and I try to respect you as much as I can, but it just seemed like...
You're the only guy shouldering the whole place.
There comes a point where a guy has to have somewhat of a life.
Yeah,
I don't know if you agree with that or not.
No, we need to change the pace.
Yeah.
You went hard for that month, and at the end of the day, you probably did the most of it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want you to go somewhere else.
So no, I basically just want to start having maybe a couple days off a week.
I get where he's at. Adam is shouldering the most of the work. And we've come to the realization that we need another guy to help Adam, do that workload that he deals with.
That guy was supposed to be Scott, but the new truck Jamie promised him still hasn't left the assembly shop.
I had everything lined up, ready to go. Didn't happen.
In the meantime, Scott's been bouncing between Jamie's smaller, older trucks.
I'm really getting unimpressed here.
And he's getting tired of it.
Oh, this is just 100% unacceptable. Ah, yeah, dirty.
Today, he's driven to the assembly shop to check on his new truck's progress.
Dwayne, you're working on the wrong truck, bud.
I know. Be right there.
Gotta get you over here, Dwayne. So this is the truck.
It has a 600 horsepower Caterpillar in it. It's got a 20,000-pound front axle. It's got 46 rear ends with lockers. The wrecker's brand new. It's a 30-ton Century wrecker. Every full load bell and whistle on this thing, it's got everything.
Is it ever shiny, eh?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Shiny stuff, chrome flares, lights, light rack.
Yeah. Shiny. Makes a guy feel good running down the road, having a prime piece of truck underneath him. Yeah, but it's a touch screen versus Jamie's touch pad. So I got a little bit more Google-phonics than him.
Good. Don't let him swap it out on you.
Well, I won't.
It was a beautiful thing. And it just made me a little bit more antsy. Let's just get in the truck and go.
The only problem, it's still not ready.
What kind of a timeline are we looking at? So we're a couple weeks out?
A couple of weeks out.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not the news he was hoping for, but at least there's an end in sight.
Okay, man. Every minute I'm here bugging you is a minute less wasted on the truck, eh? I want that thing on the road. We're 4 months behind schedule. It's been affecting my income. I left behind some pretty good opportunities to make a lot of money. I shouldn't have listened to Jamie. Yeah, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening. I shouldn't have come here until that truck was on the road. I may be faced with the possibility of having to just dump Jamie on his ass and go elsewhere, you know.
New driver Scott Bird joined Jamie's team with the promise of a brand new heavy record.
What kind of a timeline are we looking at? We're a couple weeks out?
A couple of weeks out.
Yeah.
But it's months behind schedule, and Scott is losing patience.
I may be faced with the possibility of having to just dump Jamie on his ass and go elsewhere, you know.
Until the new truck is ready, Jamie has put Scott in a vintage 1985 5-star General.
Nothing like a rotator, eh? Who needs a rotator? We got this. Yeah, old school.
Scott is eager to show off his stuff. Last week, using Adam's record, he hit a home run.
Okay, everybody.
When he single-handedly flipped a B train.
Textbook.
But with the old General, it's going to be tough to keep the winning streak going.
What's it got on it for gear?
Chain, man.
Those are old school.
I think I might have to grab that up in mine.
I don't know, it's kind of a cute little truck. You know, it's a hydraulic and it's a nice little truck. You know, it's kind of a good little backup truck. It's kind of a truck that you can use for a few weeks and at least make some money around here.
Well, you know, one nice thing about it is it'll kind of fit in the gap on your museum pieces there. I'm not in my truck. I don't have my gear. It makes it really frustrating.
Up on the Coke, yesterday's storm has passed, giving highway crews a chance to clear the snow buildup.
From a big storm to clear skies.
Higher up the mountain, a new danger is looming.
We got a runner here. There. Something wrong? You see it?
Last season, the Coke was shut down when an avalanche hit the highway.
Closed. High hazard. Highway's closed.
These vehicles must be out of here right now.
Avalanche observations, size 2 naturals and roads to granite. It's trending warm.
It's the full-time job of a team of avalanche technicians, AvTechs, to keep the snow from reaching the road. They monitor the more than 50 active avalanche chutes that stretch above these mountain highways.
Here's the snow shed over here. These two paths are a real concern for us because this is often where traffic gets backed up. Their exposure to the avalanche hazard goes up exponentially when you're stopped. Just yesterday, there was a deposit that was 60 feet from the road.
It's not just an office job. Today, they need to get a closer look at a section of the snowpack, 500 meters above the highway. And there's only one way to get there.
All right. We're gonna go right through here?
Yeah.
What do you think? Dig above that little tree?
Yeah.
Snow piles up in layers of different densities.
There's a slight layer in here.
Avalanches happen when a heavy layer breaks free of the snowpack underneath.
The area is known for getting a meter or more of snow overnight. That'll produce avalanches relatively quickly.
17 to 38.
17 to 38.
What they're looking for is a weak layer.
It's from 2-3.
2 to 3. Okay.
If they find evidence of instability, they could drop percussion bombs to trigger a controlled avalanche. For right now, the snowpack seems stable.
Guys ready?
The Avtex will keep a close watch on it. More weather is on its way. But there is one avalanche zone they can't tame. At the bottom of the Smasher, the highway passes under the Great Bear Snow Shed, a reinforced concrete tunnel that allows the biggest snowslides on the Coke to thunder safely over 6 lanes of traffic. Today, an accident inside the snow shed has left traffic exposed and at risk.
That's very dangerous. With respect to avalanches, we would try and actually get most of the volume moved through as quickly as we possibly could.
A pickup spun out on the icy snow shed floor. An SUV swerved to avoid it, lost control, then hit the barrier and flipped. The RCMP has closed the road, but with traffic backing up in an avalanche zone, they want it open again now. Ken Monkhouse happened to be just up the road in his flat deck. With no time to call for backup, he's got to do this one on his own, and do it fast.
You're gonna roll this one over, go over, load the one over there, come back, load this, go up the hill.
So we had a 25-kilometer long lineup, right down, almost down into Hope from the snow shed.
To speed things up, he wants to flip the SUV and get it on his flat deck in one quick move.
Big stress, lots of traffic, lots of people sitting trapped.
But the road surface is too icy. The SUV won't flip. A long line of cars is backed up in an avalanche zone. Inside the snow shed, Ken is racing to get the Coke open.
You've got all these people, they're in the worst possible place you could ever be in, and it's a sheet ice inside the shed.
But he can't clear the wreck if he can't flip it. Ken re-rigs with a 2-point line, hoping he can swing the SUV into a position where he can get it to roll upright. When the shed was built, engineers embedded electric warming coils in the pavement, but due to safety concerns, they were turned off years ago. Even with 2 lines, Ken can't get the SUV to flip.
It wouldn't dig in, it wouldn't flip over.
So he tries something else.
I knew that I had to have an extreme low line to the back end of the truck to get it to come over.
To pull down on the flipped vehicle, Ken rigs to the low point of his flat deck. He's betting it'll force the rubber on the tires to dig in.
I'm looking around, I'm seeing the look on the cop's face. We know it's turning into a gong show. You know, we gotta nip it in the bud because this is taking way too long.
It works. He quickly gets the other vehicle on his flat deck, hooks up the SUV, and the highway's open.
It was extremely embarrassing that it took me as long as it did. I've done recoveries like that in 3 minutes. It was still a win. Nobody got hurt. Everything got done. Nobody got killed. No avalanches.
Higher up near the summit, new guy Gord's on his first solo job.
I'll just hook up from the back end, and then the other guy's going to come up and just make sure everything's good to go. I mean, I'm not used to being up on the hill like that, right? It's my first winter ever. So, I mean, I'm thinking, oh, how should I hook it up?
These gloves suck. They're actually freezing. My hands are sweating, so they're starting to freeze, yeah.
Ken stops by to check on his apprentice.
Oh, I got it all hooked up, just making sure you have a look at her and
When I started driving tow trucks, most tow truck drivers were big, hairy guys, leather vests, lots of rings, lots of yelling, lots of fighting and crap like that, and I wasn't like that.
I looked out for the brake lines and everything.
It's good, buddy. When I look at Gord now, I see myself, 25 or 30 years ago. Whenever you throw four-wheel drives to the back, automatic or standard, always make sure it's in neutral, especially with the automatic.
Okay.
Okay, up a bit more. In neutral?
Yeah, it's in neutral.
In neutral?
Yep.
Is it in neutral? Good.
Turn the heat on, huh?
Beautiful.
All right.
Gord definitely has the tow truck DNA. I wouldn't have second thoughts about leaving him on his own. Okay, it is going to dog track a bit.
Yeah.
When you get to the brake check, just get out, feel the hub, make sure it's not getting too hot.
Okay.
Okay, buddy?
Right on, thank you.
Just go slow, take your time.
Oh, yeah.
He just basically showed me how to hook up, but I already had the right idea. This is what I'm learning to do, and this is what I want to do. It is pretty much like tow truck school.
At the base of the Coke, an oversized load has been waiting for traffic to clear.
We're 106 feet 6 inches long, 1510 high, and 177,000 pounds gross.
Destined for a mine, the huge steel cylinder had to be cut in half to transport.
That's not like hauling your average load down the highway.
Wide loads test the limits of highway infrastructure. Recently, an oversized trailer clipped a head beam on a bridge in Washington state. A section of the structure collapsed and 2 cars fell into the water.
They get huge money to haul those loads. There's a real risk. With the risk comes reward. It's a large responsibility.
The big concern is that the oversized load has less than a foot of clearance through the Great Bear snow shed. Because the shed ceiling is sloped, the load will only fit if it's in the left-hand lane.
Height-wise is a bit of an issue going through the snow shed there. We have to take the left lanes just so that we can fit underneath.
There's all kinds of things that can go wrong. You just gotta keep your fingers crossed, nothing does.
Alrighty, we're ready. Let's get going here.
All right, 10-4.
By law, the oversized load requires escort vehicles in the front and back.
Okay, you're about 3 feet off the right side there, Dale.
The convoy stays in the right-hand lane for the slow drive up, so traffic can move around them.
Okay, you got an 18 coming up fast on you.
Alrighty, I'll give him a little more room here.
10-4.
He's coming right up on your doorstep.
The plan is to shift lanes just before they reach the snow shed.
I'm going to be holding all lanes back for you, and nobody's getting by at this point.
Alrighty, so I'm just gonna keep this gear at this speed.
Okay, that mobile parking lot's coming down on your left.
the coke, Adam's HR-52 patrols the highway. But it's not Adam behind the wheel.
Jamie David be coming up there pretty quick, maybe.
I'm on my way.
With Adam off, Scott's working the weekend shift.
It's Adam's truck, it's not mine, you know. I don't plan on taking Adam's job away from him, but it's nice when Adam decides to take some time off.
He spots a semi broken down inside the snow shed.
Well, we're gonna stop and check on this guy because he is in a pretty dangerous spot.
Well, here comes Jamie Davis here. I don't know if he's here for me or not.
Hey, what was your name?
Dave.
Dave? Okay, I'm Scott. What's wrong with it?
Red. Blew the red on it.
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay.
Water problem.
Little bit of a water problem.
There's no cell service, so the driver can't call to authorize a tow.
Just gonna pull this guy into a safe spot. It's just the right thing to do.
Scott tows him anyway.
We're gonna lift off to start it up. Just give me a little lift. Yeah. And then go into neutral.
Sure, you want me to shut it off, you say?
Yeah, shut her off. Let's not hurt your motor. A lot of guys, they won't get out of their truck and help people out, but, you know, that guy sitting there is kind of dangerous. In the long run, it'll work out to our advantage. You know, he'll talk about it. He'll say good things about it. And when he's talking good things about it, there's 1,000 guys listening to the radios. Okay, we're done. Can't help everybody for free, but it's nice to help some people now and then.
At the end of his shift, Scott drops off Adam's truck back at the yard.
No scrapes, no dings, we're all doing good. Little housekeeping, got a little bit of garbage to get out of here. I'll finish my move out in the morning.
But next morning, Scott's house cleaning doesn't quite pass the Adam test.
You can just tell it's been smoked in because you can see all the nicotine everywhere, right? He was smoking and there's ashes all over the place. Well, I like to keep it clean, eh? Yeah. It's like changing your underwear every day. It's got to be done. He'll never drive my truck again. He lost that privilege.
So for Scott, it's back to the 5-star general.
Well, turn the lights on, they don't even come on.
One of the main reasons why I came here is because I was told that I'd be running a certain piece of equipment. Had I been offered the GMC General, I would have never come. Tired of eating bones, I want my steak.
Going pretty hard in the canyon. You just want to take her easy. Those roads are slippery. Yeah, it's pretty bad up there, guys.
At just before dawn, a call comes in for a wreck on Highway 1.
I heard it was a mail truck. I got a feeling this is going to be a long day.
We're headed out to a wreck just north of Lytton. A mail truck is jackknifed and hanging over the edge.
The wreck is an hour north of Hope near the town of Lytton. After 2 days' rest, someone else is eager to get back in the action.
Good to go out and do something, make a few bucks. And I'm married to my wife and I'm married to this truck, so I got to split the time between the two of them. That's who I am and that's what I do.
We're just on bare bones guys here, me and Adam, and no helpers.
Holy. These trucks don't like the snow. These passenger fenders almost kissing the passenger side of the trailer.
Straight down. Holy moly. Look at that. Straight down.
A truck loaded with Christmas mail teeters on the edge of a cliff.
My Christmas present's in there. It's heavy.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, isn't it? Eh?
The truck jackknifed and crashed through the guardrail. All that's holding it from a 200-meter free fall is a single tree.
Uh-oh.
And that's not the only problem.
The trailer and the tractor may not be connected together. If we started pulling on the tractor and the trailer wasn't hooked up, we'd be in a mess of trouble. Then the trailer would go like this.
So is this fifth wheel still hooked up? Yeah, it's on there.
Wheel's on.
Yeah, okay.
But there's no frame here. That frame looks broke right there. He's buckled in half.
Unbelievable.
The trailer is still connected, but the fifth wheel plate holding it is cracked in half.
Might be a cutter.
Adam hooks up a line to secure the trailer just in case the tree gives way. Jamie is worried about the semi separating.
And then just 2 low lines to it. And we have to be fairly delicate about what we're doing. And then it doesn't go down anywhere, right? So you've got it. And we have to make sure that we're not going to put too much pressure on it. And then I'll come back right up to this thing that way.
The highway has been closed for going on 2 hours now.
So you know what? It doesn't look like it's going to open anytime soon. No, you can't go anywhere. You're pretty much stuck.
Whatever they're going to do, they need to do it fast.
You know, we could have some troubles with this truck frame. It's a bit pretty flipsy-flopsy, so Adam will hold on to the back end of the trailer no matter what.
We decided not to do anything much more with the trailer for fear of damaging it.
His plan is to use the rotator to ease the cab out and hope the trailer comes with it.
Okay, guys, you want to probably stand back a bit. Better let you pull it. Pull back a bit, yeah. Hey, hold on to it. Hey, stop for a minute.
Is that thing hammered?
The cab's rear axle is broken and dragging.
You know, the axle is actually rolling underneath it and creates more resistance.
Hold it. Tell me, hold it.
They get it out, only to discover that the cab is even more damaged than they'd thought.
Wow, spare parts. I think she's like a single axle now, eh, Bob?
Yeah, you took her right out.
Yeah.
That landing gear okay? Wow.
But the trailer's vital signs are good.
Landing gear works. How do we luck out that way? So the trailer's pretty good then, really.
You didn't rip it off.
I know.
The intact landing gear means another cab can hook up and get Christmas back on track. But first, they need to disconnect it from the fractured fifth wheel.
Being a bitch, eh?
I'm trying to pull the kingpin here, but the frame rails are bent right together. Like, holy
Jaws lock around a kingpin, linking the trailer to the cab. When the lever is pulled, it should release the jaws.
So when the jaws went around the trailer kingpin, they either bent or twisted somehow when the truck went down.
Totally clear. Murphy.
Adam tries using a chain to pull the release lever.
What do we do? What do we do? Ready? What about lowering the trailer down a bit on it?
Adam lowers the landing gear, hoping to shift the weight off the lever.
Hold it.
Nope. Nothing.
A 5-minute job has now taken over an hour, and the highway is still closed.
Until we get that fifth wheel unhooked from this tractor, we can't do anything. We're dead in the water.
Well, it's a waste of everybody's time. Keeps the highway closed. Gets Bob mad at me, jerking around here. We're looking like idiots at the side of the highway trying to get this stupid fifth wheel out. Adam's getting frustrated, I'm frustrated.
Did it move?
I don't think so.
What the?
We don't have time to monkey around. It's starting to piss us off.
Anything?
Nothing.
An hour becomes an hour and a half.
This is like trying to unhook the fifth wheel from hell.
We're cocked to this. What if we were to pull this thing straight so everything's the whole unit straight?
Could do.
When all else fails, Jamie turns to the biggest tool he's got, the rotator. He lifts the front of the cab, shifting pressure off the plate, while Adam uses a ratchet to pull the lever.
Right there. Go back, put it. Oh, right, oh. Moving now, is it?
Yeah, it's going.
There we are. Got her there.
Got her?
You betcha.
Yeah, it's icy anytime soon, and you're going to see a lot more accidents up here.
To keep the road surface from freezing over, highway crews have started laying down a mix of salt and sand.
The whole road surface is wet right now, and it's going to cool off. So what we have to do is sand and a little bit of salt. Otherwise, it just turns to a sheet of ice.
Higher on the mountain, the road has already iced over.
It's pure icy up there on the bridge at Shylock, going on the Shylock. I'm glad I brought a second pair of underwear because I just about needed them.
At 7:48, just north of the Shylock exit,
Somebody crashed and blocked both sides of the coke.
a semi has plowed into the deep snow. Both lanes of traffic are shut down.
I'm going to need at least one heavy wrecker for a truck and trailer that are in a ditch.
Within minutes, a fast-moving highway becomes a parking lot.
For literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of motors that are sitting in the queue down there trying to get to where they got to be.
Apparently a truck went through the no post and traffic's closed with no estimated time of opening. Don't tell me they're turning us around here.
At 8:01, authorities close the coke to keep the backup from getting even worse.
She's closed tonight. You guys all have to take 1 or 3.
They're closed down the coke now. They're turning everybody around.
They don't want to go back. They want to go through.
But for the hundreds of drivers already on the mountain, there's no escape.
Yeah, Jamie Davis is en route. Go get him, Adam. He's up there.
The line of trapped vehicles extends halfway down the coke.
This time the traffic's backed up all the way almost to Merritt. That's about 90 kilometers worth of traffic backed up.
This thing is
The semi lost control on a grueling descent, bounced off the median, and slammed hard into a snowbank.
The truck is just mangled. The whole front end is tore right off the truck.
Hey, let's go. Grab this line. Come on.
It's not clear yet. We're still at a standstill down here.
You got highways breathing down your neck and general public breathing down your neck. And so you try to do your best to get it out of there as quick as you can.
We've got to wrap around the whole frame, eh?
Adam rigs up to the smashed cab, hoping this job is a simple pullout. But the wreck won't budge.
Ain't moving.
When the truck hit, the hot engine melted the snow.
Well, it's buried right into the snow.
It quickly refroze, trapping the cab in a block of ice.
It's like concrete in there.
She's so far in the snow there, just can't do it with one truck.
So Kevin calls in the cavalry.
Oh, this is pissing me off. You got service? I got one bar and I don't want to move.
Jamie heads up in the rotator.
Yeah!
But now, ice on the road has spread all the way down the mountain.
I can see the sheen on the road. We're on ice. I'm losing my steering a little bit. Whoa, this is really icy right here. Hang on.
You got a copy there, Jamie?
Yeah, go ahead.
This thing is hammered right in here. I don't know if we're gonna get her out, so.
By the time Bruce and Scott arrive, traffic has been at a dead stop for over an hour.
These guys get together on the back end here. We might get something going.
Adam wastes no time getting them hooked up to the semi, hoping 3 wreckers will do the trick.
Now he's gonna be stuck here, you watch.
Without chains, Bruce can't get traction.
Come on, you stupid.
You're gonna have to chain up, Bruce.
Bruce doesn't like using the heavy-duty chains.
Well, I was gonna do that once I got the hook on it and then pull ahead.
Bruce is getting on in age. I like the old bugger, but he's slowing down. Yeah, I got him moving on the front now, so we get on the back, it should come.
We wanted you up so you can pull it back.
You gotta pull ahead some, Bruce.
You're right in my line.
Jamie arrives to add the rotator's might to the mix.
Oh, there's the big dog.
Tonight, stepson Brandon's on swamper duty.
Hook it into the chain there with Scotty.
Suppose there's no option here.
What's going on?
We have 4 trucks on 1 truck trailer.
Hook that left side up for me.
Jamie rigs all 4 of his heavy rescue trucks to the icebound wreck, betting their combined power can pull it free.
I've never seen anything like that before, 4 trucks on 1.
You good to go, Scotty? Okay, pull now a little bit. Just kind of catch up with me. Keep going. Pull.
It's like pulling it like through a cement wall.
We got a lot of trucks on this thing. It's just planted in there, man. It's like cement. That's unbelievable. Okay.
Keep pulling. Whoa, 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 whoa.
What's the matter? The wall's cracking all the way up.
The force of the pull is ripping the trailer in half.
So if we pull this backwards, we're going to end up pulling this whole trailer apart. So there's a lot of force pulling this, but there's something holding it back. It's kind of down and hung up on something. Would say was in it.
There's $500,000 in pharmaceuticals.
It's got pharmaceuticals in it, $500,000.
If they keep pulling, they'll dump the load all over the highway.
Hey, did they open up the coke yet?
Hundreds of drivers have now been trapped on the remote highway for 2 hours.
Southbound is still completely shut.
In the freezing cold, it's a dangerous situation.
We're frustrated.
The RCMP want it fixed now.
I'll get out of the way.
Well, can you move the barriers out of this lane?
The wreck scattered concrete barriers in both lanes.
Okay, I'll move all that stuff.
If they can be moved, traffic should be able to squeeze by.
Put it through there, back into itself. Do the other one on the other side.
Whoa, baby!
Bad spot we're in here right now. Highway's completely shut down, so people are a little ticked off that they gotta wait. Brandon! Where is he? Where did Brandon go?
Jamie doesn't have time to look for his swamper stepson.
Yeah, I'll go over there, pull the chain over to that one. We'll get that other one in the middle. Okay, the ambulance is going through.
Brandon's nose was bleeding. I told him to go to the ambulance.
No. He needs to get a napkin. He doesn't have to go to the ambulance. Oh.
I didn't tell him to go in the ambulance. I just told him to go to the ambulance, stop his nose from bleeding.
Is he in the ambulance?
I don't think so.
The cold, dry air and high elevation are biting on Brandon's nose.
It's just the time of the year. I always get this once a year.
But as soon as Jamie gets his youngest crew member back, his oldest decides to take a nap.
They're letting you through now?
With the barriers out of the way,
Yes, sir.
the backup begins to move along the Ice Slick Highway.
Pretty slippery. I can't even get up here.
Well, look how thick it is. Here's the actual road here.
Trucks coming.
What is that? 4 inches of ice.
Watch your back, watch your back.
Ooh, I don't like the look of this guy coming here.
Look! Look, jackknife! Look out! Look out!
They're letting you through now?
A 90-kilometer traffic backup is finally starting to move, but it has to cross a nasty piece of ice.
Pretty slippery. I can't even get up here.
It isn't long before someone starts sliding.
Look, jackknife!
Oh, we got her stopped.
Oh, just sheer ice. Just a skating rink. Yeah, it's very, very bad. Very bad.
The jackknife shuts down the southbound lane again.
Hook him up with a toe pin. We'll just straighten that guy out.
Thank God it wasn't going too fast. Careful, just in case he slides, right?
Want him unhooked? Yeah, unhook him, I guess.
Very slippery.
Boy, it's slick out here again.
Oh, it's bad. A little dicey.
Well, hopefully they can get some sand down here. You can barely walk on the stuff.
Got to get a sand truck in here as fast as we can.
But the sand truck is trapped in traffic 2 kilometers down the mountain.
But we're clearing them out one by one. He's been in the lineup just waiting.
To prevent a pileup, police send the trucks through one at a time.
Okay, send the next one.
Just before midnight, the sand finally arrives. And traffic gets moving.
They opened the 5 up.
As the backup clears, the highway and the frozen wreck are turned over to Jamie.
It's phenomenal why it's not just jumping out of there.
Yeah, I don't know what it would be hung up on.
Well, I don't know.
remember any goalposts being there.
No.
So yeah, 12:45 for opening in there.
Reopened from Hope to Merritt.
Jamie has just 20 minutes before the next big wave of traffic hits.
We're certainly hoping that Jamie will be able to recover this rig and get it out of here in time.
Hey, you get man with these cables? Get this one first.
This time, the plan is to both pull and lift.
What's happening is the landing gear is digging into the ground there, so we got to lift it and then pull it back.
The rotator will lift the front of the trailer, hoping to free it, while the others pull from either end.
See how Bruce is making out here. See if he's on his cable. You all ready to go, Bruce? Not yet. There we go. Just do what you can do till you slide back and then stop. Ready?
Jamie's hoping the lift will keep the already compromised trailer from breaking apart
How's that?
and spilling pills all over the highway.
Hold it.
It's actually bending the truck frame as we're lifting it up.
Why is this thing not coming? It's just bending in half, this thing.
Either it's hung up on a guardrail underneath there that we can't see, or it's cemented in there by the snow.
With traffic on its way, Jamie decides to keep pulling.
Yep, let's do it. Pull. It's just like something's underneath it or something.
These two lines are real iffy.
Everybody come out. Get out of there. The end of that, baby.
The cab begins to break apart. But they keep pulling.
We're getting pretty close. Okay, stop.
Well, we got it broken loose now.
We got her now.
There was some kind of a culvert down there.
But it's bizarre how hard that was to get out of there. So I'm going to get out of the way now and get out of Adam's way.
Southbound traffic is just 10 minutes away. They still have to get the semi off the road and to a nearby pullout.
We're not home free just yet.
Too slippery.
The trailer's air brakes are locked.
He's got to actually physically drag that out from underneath here.
Kevin lowers the landing gear so they can disconnect.
It's called a front end lift crooked toe.
Adam gets the wreck and its $500,000 cargo off the road. Just as the wave of traffic arrives. After a long night on the coke, Jamie's crew spends the morning getting ready for the next big wreck. Bruce preps the tire chains he never got to last night. At 65, Bruce Hardy is Jamie's oldest and most experienced driver. 2 years ago, Bruce survived a near-fatal accident. After 4 days in the hospital, he came straight back to work.
A lot of these new guys can't keep up the hours that the rest of us can. I can go 36, 52 hours without sleep. Doesn't bother me.
For the last 5 years, he's been in the same 1992 home 750 record. And he's still waiting for Jamie to make good on a promise to pimp it out.
Be a sweet truck when she's done. Putting a wicked sound system in it. And all underneath the body, they're going to put strobe lights.
I've had a game with Bruce for a long time. Who's going to conk out first, him or the truck? They're neck and neck right now. I don't know.
Come on.
This season, Bruce is back, insisting he's got another winter in him.
It's in my blood. No, it's a job I just love doing.
But Jamie's not so sure.
Well, I worry about Bruce all the time. Because he gets some truck stop or in a parking lot or pull out somewhere on the highway, passed away. Bruce is a great guy. But when the snow flies, Bruce isn't exactly the snow shed warrior.
Case in point, tire chains.
I don't like chaining up, period.
Jamie is trying to have him around for a few more years, but it's hard work, and he's getting older, and his health isn't as good as it is. We kind of want to preserve him, right? We don't want to kill him.
Bruce may be slowing down, but Rob is stepping up to new responsibilities.
Jamie put me in charge of the flagging.
It's not the first time Rob's been in charge of a crew. The first time was on a chicken farm.
And my job was basically to make sure that nobody was playing football with the chickens, with the dead chickens. Farmers don't like it. Doesn't matter if the chicken's deceased or not, but you're horsing around, you're on the farmer's time.
Well, that's cracked, that's no good.
With the flagging truck stocked up, Jamie sends Rob to handle a police tow.
Yep, 70 inbound.
An unlucky speeder is heading to the impound yard.
I guess he was doing 156 and 100 zone, no driver's license, so it's gone for 7 days. The only speeding ticket I got
was I was doing 10 over. And that's it. 156 in a 100-kilometer zone. That's ridiculous. You do 100, you get to your destination at the same time.
Yeah.
You know? We got enough speeders and we got to get them off the road.
No kidding.
By sundown, a new storm is rolling up the Coke.
Look out, boy, 'cause she's ugly.
Snowplows are working hard to keep ahead of it, but they're being held back by spun-out semis.
I was still pretty heavy there, and there was guys going northbound were having problems there.
Jamie sent both Adam and Bruce to help keep things moving.
We're going right up slow.
Bruce comes up on a struggling semi.
Yeah, he's chained up. That's good.
He decides to let him fend for himself. A little farther up the hill, Adam's got more spinouts than he can handle.
They lost count. It's good there. When will the madness end?
Adam's about to head up to the next job when he spots Bruce parked down the road.
Bruce is getting pretty old. Bruce can't do it much more, but yet he keeps Bruce in that truck. Needs to be put into a different role and let somebody else attempt to run that old truck.
I need some help out here. I can't do all this by myself. Do we have to chain up going over the Coke, anybody?
A snowstorm has trucks struggling to make it over the Coke. Adam is hustling to clear a backlog of spinouts when he sees Bruce doing not much of anything.
Bruce is getting pretty old. Bruce can't do it much more, but yet he keeps Bruce in that truck.
I need some help out here. I can't do all this by myself.
Jamie had hoped for a night off, but it looks like that's not going to happen.
Well, Bruce is probably not chained up, and I don't even know why he went out here. What good is he sitting in the lineup of traffic with the rest of the helpless bastards? Why did he even leave his house? Why did he even jump in my truck? Making me look like a fool out on the road.
These trucks don't like the snow. Ah, that good old Canadian winter.
Things are Armageddon like this. You gotta be a warrior. You gotta get it done.
Not far up the hill, he finds Bruce parked on the shoulder.
Here, look at this. In your truck there, Bruce? Bruce.
Yeah.
Let's give him some chains. So, how many trucks did you pull?
There's a 70, there's a guy with a rock truck on. He weighs 70 tons.
Oh, where's he?
He's just on the bridge.
Okay.
A couple of towns up here yet.
Okay, so then you hammer on them. We'll try to get the trucks up the hill. Okay, all right. You need chains? I got a set of triples.
Tonight, Bruce put on a set of single tire chains, but they don't give him enough traction to pull much of anything.
Bruce, we've got a set of singles on, kind of sitting over there. He's gonna go up the road some freaking place. What are you gonna do with a set of singles on? Nothing.
Jamie and Gord stop to put a set of triple chains on the rotator.
Remember how to do it? So tight the center one first.
Triples wrap around both the inside and outside tires, giving twice the traction of a set of singles.
What is he doing down there? Why isn't he chained up with triples and getting up the hill and opening the road? Oh.
Bruce finally kicks into gear.
We're going up the hill.
Bruce driving up the hill with a loose set of singles on his truck. Like, what's he gonna do? What is he gonna pull up with a set of singles? Nothing. Might as well be down at the shop, stoking the fire and drinking beer.
Jamie heads up the hill to find a parking lot of spun-out semis.
Like, who do you pull first? You kind of got to go to the guys that are blocking the highway, right?
5% out there, James.
There's Adam coming down the hill.
Is there something actually blocking the hill here, Adam?
There's a big wide load up there, yeah.
Okay, I'll go get him.
At the head of the line is an oversized trailer hauling a 70-ton mining truck.
You check chains, I'll hook up. You're about the biggest badass load on the hill, so we're gonna get you first, I guess.
Pulling a load this heavy is tricky. Both drivers will need to move in sync. A sudden jolt could shock load and damage one or both trucks.
You gotta go in low gear.
Yeah, don't change gears. I'm just gonna go in low too. Yeah. Okay, you ready? Okay, buddy. As soon as you lift off a little bit, I'll let her go. Everything okay there? I got this oversized, okay. He's got a lot of axles there. I'm not sure the exact weight, but he's up there. It's still gonna be tough to get it up that hill. Nice.
Jamie's night off has turned into a low-gear crawl across the coke. And Bruce is nowhere in sight.
You on there, Bruce? Are you get those other trucks out or not there?
Hey, we're gone. It looks like they got themselves out.
In a weird kind of a way, he adds to the problem in a snow event. He's not clearing the highway, this guy. He's screwing the highway up. He's part of the problem. And that drives me nuts. Heading home.
Eventually, Bruce passes by on his way home. First thing next morning, Jamie stops by a local truck dealer to try to solve his Bruce problem.
This truck's actually nice, you know that? It may not look nice to you, but it's nice. Bruce needs to be driving this. This will be easier on his back and lifting and all that kind of stuff. And it'd be easier for him to drive around than driving them big trucks, you know? So that'll help him. He'll still be able to make a living, but, you know, I guess it's a little bit crusty like Bruce. So a crusty truck for a crusty guy.
All he needs to do now is convince Bruce.
The reason I'm talking to you is it is getting harder and harder for you to put in those hours and harder for you to do that work. Maybe the way to solve this problem is to put you more in a smaller truck, and then you work with Ken to do the car towing.
Bruce leaves the meeting, gets into his old home's wrecker, and drives off.
That was bull. Don't appreciate people saying I can't handle this job.
Jamie's staffing problems are piling up faster than the snow.
I just got a call from the RCMP. They're telling me that you have a serve prohib notice on your driver's license. So that means you're prohibited from driving. And he's coming over here right now.
Turns out Rob has one too many speeding tickets.
You know, you're gonna be out of a job if you don't have a license. You can't drive tow truck, you can't drive your flag truck, so you're done, right? You're basically firing yourself.
Here comes the cop now.
Okay. Well, you can wait in here if you like. I just gotta go to the car and finish up the paper. Okay?
I'm screwed. I'm royally screwed. Because I have no income. Without me, I pay most of the rent.
Popcom Road, or there's a truck in the trees there.
In the shop, Kevin takes a call for a wreck out on Highway 1.
He must have just missed the guardrail and went into the ditch there in between the two lanes.
We just got a call for Jack Naisemi, so I could really use Rob right now because we need a traffic control guy. So, you know, he's been doing a good job and he's been trying to get his things together there, but it's just a little bit too little too late.
They're prohibiting you from driving for a period of 4 months starting today. You have to understand, though, if you get caught driving after 6 p.m., you'll be arrested.
This wouldn't always my luck. Just... whatever. I don't know.
Rob heads out to the wreck with Kevin. Kevin drives. The wreck is on the 4-lane highway 15 minutes west of Hope.
Changing from administration duty over to tow truck recovery guy again. Apparently it's some kind of a chicken truck on it in the ditch leaning to one side. The visibility is getting bad here. They may not even let us haul us out. It's getting worse and worse, so we could get shut down on this job too. Down in the trees down there.
They don't have any steady scared.
What happened? Just come around?
I came around the corner and I got caught up in the
slush.
My steer wouldn't steer no more.
Yeah.
The reefer started to jackknife, then drove up the road into a ravine full of trees.
There's a tree right on top of this thing? Wow. They just kind of took you for a ride, eh?
Oh, yeah. Seatbelts work.
Yeah, they work.
Seatbelts really work. They work good.
Yeah. You know, it's probably pretty lucky that the driver didn't get a tree right in through his windshield. I mean, that's how bad it is.
He's lucky. Better buy a lottery ticket. Maybe that mustache just slowed him down.
This is really a difficult job, and it's going to be quite time-consuming. Weather conditions, accident, the whole works. So, this is a lot more involving than we think it is. We're going to have to get a crew in here to chop all the trees from on top of it, and then we might even have to pull all the guardrail out to move it out.
Are you going to cut tonight and look tomorrow?
That's kind of what I'm thinking we should do.
All they can do tonight is leave someone to guard the cargo, a trailer full of frozen chicken.
Rob can stay here with that thing? Has he got lots of gas in that truck?
Turns into a pumpkin at 6 o'clock, though.
He turns into a pumpkin?
Yeah.
At 6 p.m., Rob is going to lose his driver's license and probably his job. But he doesn't even make it till then.
I don't know what I did to my back, but it's killing me now.
What's wrong?
I don't know, man. I'm like so in pain, man. No, it's
having
like
one hell of a bad day today.
Just hours after losing his driver's license, Rob is sidelined by back pain.
No, it's
having
like
one hell of a bad day today. Going from bad to worse with the fucking motor truck.
The next morning, Bruce shows up in his old home's wrecker. Last night, Jamie called him to do a job in the smaller truck, and Bruce said no.
Oh, Jamie called me, but go up and flip a car back on the Thru. I said, why can't Ken do it? I didn't go. It's just that I just crawled in the tub.
But the headache with Bruce is going to have to wait. Jamie has his hands full with news Rob has filed an injury claim with workers' comp.
What happened on the same day?
I don't know what I did when I lifted those signs. I don't know if I grabbed it and twisted the wrong way or what, but it just, boom. I can stand for 5 minutes and then that's it. I'm done. I gotta sit down.
Don't you think it looks kind of funny to your boss though when you have a compo claim the same day?
I'd rather be working, Jamie, I tell you that. This is not a good time for this to happen. This is like right at the end of the month. Can you lend me $1,000 for now? And then I can just pay my rent and pay the bills? Oh.
And I'll give you a check then. So
yeah, I'll pay it back. I always do.
Well, you need money to live, right?
Yeah, I'd rather be back at work though than doing this. Thank you. and I'll let you know more what happens. But yeah, I mean, faster I can get better, the better off I am, because I'd like to come back to work. I just don't want to be off like this.
This just gets to a point of stupidity where, why am I doing this? What I've got to do is wrap my head around the fact that if you're a guy who's here and you're not making money for the company and you're not keeping your keep, it's time for you to go. I can't run this business like this anymore. I can't have the tail wagging the dog.
An hour later, Jamie heads back to last night's chicken wreck, short one flagger.
So I've got all these guys around me doing what they feel like doing. You know, all this stuff can't come at a worse time. We're working around the clock to clear wrecks off the highway. Oh, I need those guys to be solid.
Oh, he's right down in the trees there.
A salvage crew has been up since dawn cutting trees off the totaled rig. The truck is a write-off, but its cargo of frozen chicken is still intact, and Jamie hopes to save it.
The load's inside, still frozen. We're going to try to pull it out to the point where we can unload it or get it off the off-ramp.
But first, he's got to get the trailer out of the woods.
You get the stumps here in the way. You go backwards, it's going to hit that tree more.
Making it worse, the guardrail that's supposed to keep trucks on the road is now blocking the way back.
Let's take some note posts out all the way down here till about here.
Lift up the lifter. That's good. You guys pick up and then set it down and reset it. See, every second lift it opens and every second lift it closes. So you set it down and it locks and then you pick it and it opens.
The job is made easier by a new device salvage expert Jim Lasser offers up, a barrier clamp.
Now be careful.
Okay, we'll take the next two together.
Two together? Really? That should give us enough to come out, I think.
As trees are cleared from the far side of the trailer, Jim uncovers serious damage.
The other side of the trailer is so badly crinkled and wrinkled from the trees and all that the integrity's gone.
The trees have actually damaged the trailer so bad that the sides are now weak and they have weak points on them, and it's actually torn up the side of the trailer.
A trailer is just like a tin can or a beer can. You put a little dent in the side of it and it loses its integrity. I'm almost not wanting to put a strap over because I kind of think that the side would collapse.
If we try to, do a lift on it when it's all damaged, chances are it's going to break anyway. So let's just winch it back the way it went in.
Why don't you load up what you can load up until it pulls you back?
If the total trailer rips open, tons of frozen chicken will spill into the ditch, adding hours, perhaps days, to the cleanup.
Wow. It just kind of took you for a ride, eh?
Oh, yeah. I came around the corner and I got caught up in the
slush.
My steer wouldn't steer no more.
18 hours ago, a slick, slushy road pulled a reefer full of frozen chicken into the bush. Crews have spent the morning cutting trees away so Jamie can pull it back onto the road.
Let's just winch it back the way it went in.
Let's give her a shot, see what she does.
Why don't you load up what you can load up until it pulls you back?
We don't know if it's going to make it out loaded or not. It's a 50-50 chance.
Good to go.
But the totaled trailer isn't cooperating.
Murphy. It just broke right in half. He didn't even pull out a foot. Not even, 6 inches? He just 6 inches and it just collapsed. I think we got to pull the tractor back into it, so, with you.
I don't think there's anything left holding this trailer from that point to that point. Pour off the fifth wheel plate all the way across the whole trailer.
Is that both sides?
Right straight across. It's a clean line, not wide, right across the whole thing.
There's going to be an unload job no matter what we do here. Do we call Reed and unload it? Right
Well,
where
you
it sits?
can't unload it like that. Then guys.
On its side, yeah, you can't do that. I don't know what the answer is. I mean,
Well, we can take a chain and a cinch and cinch it together.
you know, we really don't have much of a choice. Chain the landing gear to the front of the end and put a cinch in between it to kind of hold it together.
Somewhere further back.
They're hoping a chain Band-Aid will be enough to hold the broken trailer together.
It means we're chaining the trailer up right now. Try to get it up to the top of the road. If we can't get it to the top of the road, we have to unload this whole thing right here.